And the Law Society of Kenya staged protests over President William Ruto's sustained attack on judicial officers whom he has accused of being corrupt and undermining his government's agenda. LSK has vowed to defend the judiciary, constitution and rule of law, warning that the country risks not developing economically or socially unless the exercise of power is restrained. Seth Olale with the details.
The lawyers made good their word.
That without fear or favor,
kicking off peaceful demonstrations against attacks on the independence of the judiciary in all the branches.
People power!
Commencing the protest at the Supreme Court, with LSK President Eric Theuri leading the procession to Parliament and to the office of the President. Joining the march were Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, Professor Kivutha Kibwana, Eugene Wamalwa, among other high-profile advocates. While delivering their memoranda, the lawyers vowed to protect the independence of the judiciary at all costs.
We will do anything under the law to ensure that we do not slide back to the days when this country was ruled by the rule of man.
Judiciary must be respected and it must be allowed to do what the Constitution says it must do.
If he has any evidence against any of the judicial officers, let him follow the laid down procedures.
We will not relent. We'll continue to fight for the rule of law and we will take action. And we are putting Parliament on notice.
Everyone runs to the judiciary and we cannot close our eyes or bury our heads in the sand as the independence of the judiciary is threatened.
The lawyers slamming Parliament for issuing notice of public participation exercise for the Affordable Housing Bill 2023, despite a court order stopping the event from proceeding.
And I don't know why anybody will feel so bad about it, wanting to force judges to issue favorable ruling with regard to the punitive taxes, and more particularly, the housing tax.
Parliament should not lead this country following the lead of the executive on the path of constitutional anarchy. Let us respect the Constitution. Let them go to court and attempt to discharge those orders before they can proceed with public participation.
The anti-government protests were also staged in 7 other venues, including Mombasa, Siaya, Bungoma and Meru, as lawyers condemned the president's sustained attacks on the judiciary.
It is extremely important that the president learns the need to respect the independence of the judiciary and the orders that emanate from court.
We therefore are standing firm in solidarity with our judges and all judicial officers, and we are urging them to remain steadfast to upholding the rule of law.
The said attacks are likely to undermine public confidence and legitimacy of the vital institution in any democratic state that Kenya is or ought to be.
So help me God. So help me God.
The Law Society of Kenya says it will intensify its onslaught against the executive on the streets and in the corridors of justice over allegations of intimidation and interference of the independence of the judiciary. Seth Olale, Citizen TV, Nairobi.